Everybody's got companions, it looks like.
How can I aid you?
I believe I do.
Alright, let's run over near this wagon here. Alright, cool. And I've been going over with everybody else just to make sure everybody's all set up with your powers, your feats, your attributes.
Man, locked down. Devil is too strong.
Oshi, have you been all prepped with everything? All of your equipment, feats, attribute points?
Yeah, actually I opened up the little box thing.
Okay, cool. Yeah, in your inventory, if you hit I, everybody should have a little box, and keep clicking that and opening them as many times as you can until it moves a little lock icon. That will have a bunch of your health potions in there.
The Ashmanite must be stopped. The Ashmanite must be stopped.
Hit I. I'm not sure if you guys could hear me last time. Hit I and click on the little box in the upper left as many times as you can until there's a rock icon. That'll give you all of your health potions. And then you can open up your character sheet, go to the powers tab, make sure you select the Paragon path if you haven't already. And then on the character tab, there's attributes to the right. Make sure that you fill those up as much as you can. And then you can hit the feats tab and assign points to all those feats if you haven't done so already. Is everybody done with all of that?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay, cool.
He actually just got back now.
Alright, cool. Alright, well, welcome to Neverwinter. My name is Jing. I'm the artist on the project. Manage artists, help the art director of the game. So I can definitely be your expert on any art-related questions, but I do my best to answer everything else as well. I'm pretty well involved and in the loop with a lot of it. As you know, it's a free-to-play game, free to download too. You don't have to pay for a box. The content is all available. We aren't trying to lock anybody out. We want people to get in the game, love the game, and get enthusiasts that want to spend money and buy things like Founders Packs, where they get like awesome, badass spider mounts and extras like that. Again, we aren't trying to block anybody. A lot of us here are MMO fans ourselves. We know what kind of tricks and stuff a lot of MMO games do that can be kind of frustrating, and we're trying our best to avoid that. I think we are maybe ready to queue up.
Any quick hints before we hit the queue?
Just keep your eye on your health. Use health potions if you need to. If anybody goes down, you can go over there and revive them. It shouldn't be too crazy, but I'll give you a little backstory on it. This is straight Helm, so there's a bunch of cultists that called the Ashmanite, and they're kind of taking over Helm and summoning devils. And there's a distinction with Dungeons and Dragons. There are demons and there are devils, and the particular enemies that we're fighting here are devils. and they're based on Monster Manual, official D&D, and Ashmedai are raising this huge pit fiend in the middle of the monastery. And so we're going to do a skirmish event and fight our way in, raising a bunch of warrior cleric ghosts from the dead to help us break into the monastery, and then we're going to take down the pit fiend.
First, a quick question from the art point of view. How much from the monsters manual did you take for all the monsters, demons, and sort of goblin?
Like almost all of it. I mean, really, we are in touch with Wizards of the Coast. They're the owners of Dungeons & Dragons IP, and we talk to them every week on a phone conference, and we ensure that we are matching their monster manuals, matching their lore. We, for the most part, don't even concept any of the monsters because art already exists from all the monster manuals. What we will do, though, is concept out armor sets for those groups because it is an MMO and we have to be very efficient with the stuff that we create. We try to make our armor sets very modular and kind of universal. So any humanoid monster, when we make armor for them, it can be used for players. So we can do loot drops. So as you play through, you'll find sometimes you get to equip the stuff that the monsters are wearing, and vice versa. Armor that we make for the humans and for the player characters can be equipped by enemies as well. Alright, we're about to join. Don't go running out yet. I've got to get our producers set up with all of your names, so that way we've got you guys logged in.
Okay.
You guys can go ahead and hit Shift 1 to accept.
My God, the countdown just disappeared.
Okay, we'll try that again.
Okay, thank you. Now.
Okay, everybody. Alright, looks like everybody's here. Come on over to the campfire. One of the benefits of the campfire, not only does it heal you up if you're hurt, but it also gives you a temporary buff. You can also pray. I'm not sure, because if you guys have naturally leveled up, then you might see an icon in the upper right of a sun, and it says Control I. Yeah, Captain Stavington's got it. You hit Control I.
That's still got a 2-minute cooldown.
"15 minutes here."
I don't know if you guys could hear that. I was actually in another window. Did you hear me talking about the makeup of our team? Alright, Well, it looks like we have one Guardian Fighter, 2 Rogues, and a bunch of Clerics. So we're very healer heavy, which will be interesting. Hopefully it'll be a good thing. I think we're ready. Let's go kick some devil ass.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Captain Jing. Now I'm most familiar with the Rogue class, so I can help give more tips on that than I will anybody else. But keep in mind your tab, because that gives you a special class-based power. Rogue will put you in stealth, which buffs a lot of your attacks when you do a lot of damage. I think the Guardian Fighter will give you like a power-up as well.
The
I think
PC
it's
for
tagging.
And if you watch the ground, the pods underneath the enemies, you see it go bright purple. That means that you have combat advantage, so you're dealing even more damage. You get that usually by kind of flanking, surrounding an enemy. But different classes have other ways of getting that effect as well. I'm sorry, it's hard to hear you. I'm going to turn down my audio options. You can get combat advantage from range. There's certain powers you mouth over them. They'll tell you how to do that.
Yeah. I'll have to adjust my audio as well.
And are you guys familiar with the different powers? We have outwills, those you can fire off anytime once your left and right mouse button. The middle three on the bottom of your power bar, those red ones, those are your encounters. They have like cooldowns, they deal more damage, of course, and off secondary effects. Then you have your tab power, which is your class power. And each class has a different take on that. And then you have the dailies, which are your big badass powers. The way you get to fire those off is by using action points, which fill up that 20-sided dice in the middle. Once that fills up with orange, you'll see your daily power icons light up. Fire those off, and they do a ton of stuff. And there's different ways to fill up action bars as well. Regular attacks will do it, but a lot of the classes have specific powers that will do it faster or in combination with things. So there's a lot of depth in the powers that you can really get into and really max that stuff out. But at the same time, we try to make it very, very accessible as well. So you don't have to do it, but you know, it's there for those that really want it.
Awesome.
Some gain it a little bit faster, and again, it depends on the combination of powers that you're Coming from behind us. Good job. Again, remember to use that class power with the tab pretty much as you can. It really makes things so much easier. You become so much more powerful and advantage. Yes. I think the Guardian Fighter is actually marking your guys, which, of course, puts a buff on them and should gain more aggro from them.
So is that growth fairly standard different actions?
Yes.
That's the way it works.
Yeah. But of course, there are certain powers that are meant to get more aggro. So any classes usually have powers that are meant to get more of the aggro. So when you see these items that pop up from the Neverwinter pass, if it's red, that means that it's not your class. So of course, if you're playing with friends on your team and it's not your item, you need to pass. Which way you guys want to go? Captain stabbing.
Oh god.
Tally ho!
What does the marks do?
It puts a debuff on whoever you have marked, so everybody on the team so they'll target you. Show you how you have my word on that. You can hit Alt and then mouse over the cursor over the power, and it'll tell you exactly what happened. Yeah, remember if you fill up your action point meter, fire off those dailies. That's a good situation.
Noticed that my AV wasn't last weekend. Just sort of get passive increases. Is that any?
It might be the specific feats that you've chosen. It might be powers that you're using now. If you mouse over and cool. Alright, so we've raised some of the ghosts. We gotta go to the other side and raise the other half of the ghosts.
Okay.
But he was, how do I see the Helm companions? Because they don't, like you see very
I think. Hold on, let me ask real quick. Okay. I'm not 100% sure on it. We're still playing with things. I know at one point you could heal other players' pets. At one point we tried turning that off as well. I'm not sure what the current status is, unfortunately.
I seem to be able to heal them, but only if I manually cursor over them, so I don't have any way of seeing the damage they make.
think
Which
part
is
of
the
that
last
may be like by design because it's a little chaotic with 5 people and 5 companions. Alright, nice. Alright, now we're ready to go storm the front gate.
Dodge.
So go
Leroy
activate
Jenkins?
this. Yeah.
Somebody got to say it.
Alright, let's do it.
And they had chicken at the end.
It's gonna be roast something, but it's probably not gonna be chicken.
Aww.
Cool. And are you guys familiar with the shift move as well? If you hold shift and press a direction, rogues will roll, do a dodge roll. Clerics do a little sidestep.
I like to refer to as my prods.
More like a moonwalk. Straight out of Moonwalker, that thing.
I am
Wondering if you considered having the melee classes be able to move while they are attacking your decision.
The clear's all the way back there.
Here I am.
I was wondering what your reasoning for having the characters stationary when they attack, whether you'd considered having that more mobile.
Yeah, I think maybe you guys couldn't hear me. I must have cut out. Yeah, if you watch the Guardian Fighter can even hold shift, and he can walk around the battlefield while doing that and still attack.
Okay, so it's just me that has to stand still.
Which character are you?
The rogue.
Well, you are still fairly mobile, and there's a lurch, so you can like scoot in the direction that you want.
But there is, apart from the defender tank cell, and none of the other classes are locked. Once they around at the start of their animation, are able to move left to right. Is that right?
There are certain powers and animations that yes, it does lock you in. What we've done pretty extensive, back and forth testing, trying to tweak, trying to find what felt good, and some of our earlier tests where you could like move completely, just like really looked weird and/or broke animations, or actually didn't even feel as good as you would expect it to.
more like of a risk reward when you have to either stay in the pack or
Got a man down.
around.
I gotcha. Remember, use health potions if you need them.
Help potion is all my ears. Still, they were very active.
Yes. Yeah.
Even with a group full of clerics, you still
Well, that was quite an onslaught right there. We had things pretty easy outside.
I think you underestimate his ability to fail.
Wow, 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 wow.
So the big circle is one of my days. Defensive damage used.
Nice. Yeah. Good job.
It's really hard to see the red sort of stuff stand in when you're in stealth or in not stealth, but the shadow form thing. It's like when it goes
Yeah.
in black and white. Can't
So,
see anything.
like you said, there's sort of a little give and take there. You become super powerful, but then you do lose a little bit of vision there.
Really don't like this.
Remember that shift move out of the slats. Good job, guys.
Whoa.
Never played that before with so many clerics.
Oh, most frustrating thing.
That was awesome. Yeah, and then we get a little scoreboard at the end.
My
shows
scoreboard's kind of
everybody's-
broken. Numbers fly off the side of the screen for me. Is that something
Did
everybody
it?
else has? So like
Definitely not here.
Yes.
the
Yes.
I've got 3 columns. I've got the rank, the player, and the damage, or whatever the third column is. I can't actually read it, and it sort of loads onto the screen, and then it flies off to the right, so I can't read it.
Weird. No, I have not
Yes.
seen that.
Yes, for me too.
Oh no. Well, that's a bummer.
That is funky.
No, the most damage taken, I came first with nearly twice as much hits to the face as the rest of you.
Told you, very accomplished with failure.
He just didn't like you.
None
Or
of
they
the
just...
like, no, it's because I'm too holy. Well, that's what it's about.
Yeah, devils don't like holy people. Alright, everybody get their reward.
The Astral
Yep.
Diamonds, can you explain about what they're used for?
Oh, we have different stores and different items. And so some quests will give you like Astral Diamonds, and then you want to use those for the Astral Diamond stores, which can have anything from special potions or dye packs, dye bottles, mounts, companions. Then we have like a trade bar store, which is similar, but a different monetary system than we have, the in-game markets where you can buy some weapons and armor with like the copper and gold that you get. It just offers an opportunity to get different items and get different rewards for different quests. Can you guys all still hear me?
Right.
Yep, loud and clear.
Cool. Alright. Well, that was our skirmish event. We have different types of skirmish events. Some are kind of more arena-based, where you just kind of fight in an arena, wave after wave, coming like over walls and stuff like that. This one was more of a forward push. Do you guys have any questions about anything?
So, is all of these skirmishes and instances and such, are they all going to be available to everybody who plays for free, or is some of it going to be gated behind the special currencies or the real money currencies or anything like that?
No gating like that. The only gating that we do are like some of them require 5-party teams. But yeah, all the content we want available to the players. We don't want to lock anybody out and force them to pay money to do that. What we want to do is have people become fans, get in the game, play it as much as they want, and to get enthusiasts who want to, embellish the characters that they are growing. And for example, with the founders packs, that's the sort of stuff that we're trying to do, where you can get like a super freaking awesome spider mount, and you get this badass panther companion. So you get like extras like that.
It's going to be some flavor item customization
Yes.
and stuff like that.
Yep. But yeah, it is free to play. It is free to download. You don't have to pay for a box. You get right in. I've already talked to Zona about this, but
Also, I noticed that we all have our companions in the dungeon run. Is that every dungeon in the game? Everyone has a companion for you to kind of make sure your companion's leveled up and sufficient for what you're doing as well.
you don't absolutely have to go in with the companion. It just gives you that little extra bump. We could have played through that without any of our companions. It would have been a little bit tougher, but the companions aren't going to make or break whether or not you can get into a dungeon and or be successful with it in most cases.
So the dungeons aren't tuned around everyone having a companion. They're
No,
tuned
it does
kind of
not.
halfway between.
Correct. Yeah, it's not like it auto levels up enemies because everybody's got companions or anything like that. But what I was going to say too that I already told Zona about, I mean, we're an MMO company and we've been doing free to play for quite a while now with Champions and Star Trek Online. As you can see, like all of the content's available in Champions and available in Star Trek. We're owned by Perfect World, who's like the biggest free to play MMO company around, and the people working here are MMO fans. We know what we like and what we don't like when we get charged money with MMOs, and we are working as hard as we can to make sure that the game that we release does not cause a lot of frustrations that we've experienced sometimes, and we don't want people to feel like burned or left out, whether they're buying stuff or not.
Noticed that you've included the event system, like the one from Star Trek Online, where you get certain activities that happen every hour. Is that something that you're hoping to expand upon as well?
Yes,
like
absolutely. Yep. What we're You know, actually, I don't know how much I can say about it specifically, so I probably better stop there. Some things are like officially released info, but what you can do is ask at the end of all of this in the Q&A that'll take place in the middle of the city. You can ask Craig. He's the project lead, and if it's something that he can talk about, he will. And or you can maybe push him, and maybe he'll slip, or maybe he'll feel generous.
We can distract him with something shiny and then ask him a difficult question.
Yes. And
I'd say
answer
treat
your
him to
question,
some
Zona,
alcohol.
I saw you asking about dragons. We do have dragons in the game. This event definitely did not have a dragon, but I don't know either if I can tell you how many dragons we have or which ones yet.
I've seen the
But
green one
I
from
guarantee,
the dungeon.
yes. Yep. I guarantee you there are dragons. Oh, you want dragons as companions? Haha.
and mounts.
Nice. So, I mean, nothing's out of the realm of possibility. I mean, it's Dungeons and Dragons, and I mean, look at me, I'm on a freaking armored warg. There's the freaking giant spider in the Founders Pack that you can ride. So, yeah. We're gonna have lots of awesome stuff planned. There's just fantastic, exciting things going in on a weekly basis.
I do have one question from an art point of view. Are we going to see any of the certain more famous characters from the Forgotten Realm setting maybe making an appearance?
You're probably like referring to somebody like Dritz Stewardin or something like that, right?
Yeah, any of the others.
So, some of those things, yes, and we do a lot of nods to that. I mean, so we have lots of MMO fans here. We also have lots of Dungeons and Dragons fans. And they are deep in the lore, and they're pulling stuff from all the like official Dungeons and Dragons campaign guides, from other campaign modules. If you are really in tune to that stuff, I guarantee you're gonna start to spot things like that. Okay, give me a minute, guys. I'm gonna find out like the next step on this.